Alright, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today, I wanted to talk about the fact that a YouTuber by the name of nyaraVT blocked me on Twitter. And for anybody who's been around my channel for more than 5 minutes, you're probably thinking, Six, why exactly has a leftist, VTuber blocked you? You guys believe in the same social and mostly, align politically, right? The only thing that you guys probably disagree about is probably communism or socialism, right? Well, sure, that's actually what I thought, but unfortunately, Naira TV, she is unfortunately incredibly soft, I guess. Anyways, let me start at the beginning, right? So basically, I think somebody by the name of Whoosh or some shit, another VTuber in the same leftist Twitter space, tweeted something like, I think it's like trans women are women, men are trans men are men or whatever, and then said cisgender at the end of the tweet. I can't show you it because they decided to remove it, I guess, or they blocked me, one of the two. But they said cisgender at the end, so I thought that they were using it in like a way to degrade people for their gender or something, or like their sexuality, which was a missed call on my part, which I did apologize for, which unfortunately didn't matter to the rest of Twitter because I still got dogpiled for it. Then Nyara decides to respond to that tweet by saying, just out of curiosity, what's the opposite of trans? I'll give you a hint. It's neither real, biological, nor normal. Coming right out of the bat, immediately assuming that I'm like transphobic or something, and they're gonna ask me that question, and I'm gonna respond like, it's definitely, the opposite of trans is, well, normal, I guess. I'm gonna go into my personal feelings about this topic after I'm done explaining what happened, so anyways, I then say, holy shit, is that Nyara, lol. I've watched some of your content, but no, I wouldn't use the word normal. Feels pretty counterproductive. The opposite of transgender would be cisgender, I guess, but I feel like that conversation's pointless. We don't agree on or we do agree on this, that's a mistype. We do agree on this, but there's definitely are a couple things we do disagree on. And then she says, what do we disagree on? I respond by saying, I disagree with your takes on liberals being stupid and how much you, quote unquote, hate liberals, obviously being a liberal myself, but we agree on mostly everything socially except for maybe surgery under 18, but I'm not exactly sure if you 100% agree with that. I think it would be interesting to have a debate with a liberal, could be good content too if you're down, because yeah, I think it would probably be good content. She then says, looking at liberals in the US, UK, and Germany shows me that they are genuinely only interested in upholding the status quo, try to appeal more to the right, then compromise with the left, are funded by the same corpos that the right is funded by. Which, this argument doesn't really make any sense. When I say liberals, I don't mean the politicians, I mean like your average Democrat liberal, right? And also, comparing liberals that are in the US to liberals literally anywhere else is just not possible. It doesn't make any fucking sense because liberal in the US is more of a reactionary position to hold to conservatism. Being a liberal doesn't mean that you're funded by the right. That just makes no fucking sense. I mean, the problem with holding this argument is that if leftists were big enough to have, like presidents and shit like that in politics that call themselves leftists, they would also be funded by the right. And this is what I really dislike about these far left online Twitter leftists. Not to say all leftists, of course, because I know, obviously, I have a couple leftist fans, and you guys are actually pretty cool. But a lot of these, like, reactionary leftists, they have their guard up so high, like they're in a fucking if you guys ever watch Vikings, you know the fucking shield wall. That's pretty much them at all times on Twitter, where anybody who isn't a leftist is somehow transphobic, or they're funded by the right, or they disagree with you in numerous ways somehow. I mean, it's incredibly tone deaf to, first of all, you probably make 2, 3 times my income. I'm working a fucking minimum wage job down at some fucking street. So to say that liberals are funded by the right and they're only interested in holding up the status quo makes absolutely no motherfucking sense in any sense of the word. My biggest problem with you, Nyara, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the fucking name correctly, but it's that, okay, not just you, but also the other leftists, super far leftists, is that you guys put yourself inside of a bubble so far away from the rest of the left that you end up hurting us by not even associating yourself with the rest of the fucking Democratic or like left party. Some of you guys, and I'm not just saying this, you can go on my channel and look at my lives. I didn't make it members only, so you can just watch the entire debates. But some far leftists don't even vote. And I had to make this person that I debated basically concede that, you know what, maybe it's not the greatest not voting, because if you don't vote, people like, Donald Trump, who are convicted rapists, will actually get in to the fucking presidency role, and that actually won't be good for anybody. Anyways, getting back to the tweet, I said I can't talk on the UK personally, but I disagree completely. Again, I think it would be better to get in a call to talk, but from a liberal's point of view, it seems that leftists like yourself split up the left by not even trying to coexist with liberals. The notion I hate liberals hurts the left more than you think. At a time where the entire right is locked in hand, we shouldn't make statements like that about our own side. To which then she doesn't respond. I wonder why. Maybe it's because she doesn't have a valid argument against it? This person responds to her by saying, that's generally true, and they're at fault partially for the overturn window shifting so far right because gotta make everyone happy. And I said, so what's your logic? Let's distance ourselves as far as possible from the average person who's not completely sure about trans people. This is the problem with leftists. You guys hate anyone who's not you and then wonder why we lost the election. And I think I should explain that take a little more thoroughly. It is Twitter, so I can't put my full opinion on there. By what I mean by not sure about trans people, right? Your average 30 to 40 to even like 50-year-old man and up, or like girl, whatever, old person doesn't understand, right? Things are a lot harder to understand when you're older because of the way that things ran back then. Look how long it took those people to even think that fucking gay marriage is right. And what did those people that wanted to marry the people that they love did? Like, what did they do, right? Did they go, you know what? I'm not gonna argue with you, and matter of fact, fuck you. You're not on our side. You know what? I fucking hate your guts, and actually, we're never going to talk to you ever again, and we're not even gonna debate you because my existence isn't a debate. No, that's not what they did. Actually, what they did is they had protests, they talked to people, they made people know that they're just like them, right? They made it known that they're just regular people who want to love who they want. And if we're, as a community, deciding that, you know what, everybody should just, magically know, and obviously, I personally think that this is common sense, but not every fucking 30 or 40 to 50-year-old, is a smart person. Let's just throw it out there. A lot of them are fucking stupid and stuck in their ways, right? So why the fuck would we not do what's been working and having protests and having conversations and doing all of this? Why would we just say, you know what, fuck them. Let's all become leftists, and matter of fact, let's not even have a fucking conversation with them. Let's just call them bigoted. They're fucking disgusting people, and you know what? We don't need them on our side anyways. Which I am sympathetic to the fact that no, your existence should not be an argument. I 100% agree with that, but we live in reality, and a lot of people don't agree or even understand exactly what you are. And I find that incredibly depressing. But the way to deal with that is not to just call them bigoted or transphobic and not talk with them and block them, even though I'm none of those fucking things. No, you have a fucking conversation with them, understand their point of view, point out to them how, again, they're on the wrong side of history, you're just like them, and you want to live your fucking life. If you can't tell, I feel incredibly strongly about this topic because it's incredibly frustrating seeing people that I agree with, people that are on my side, you know, people who just want to live their lives freely, dogpile and fucking attack me because I disagree with one fucking thing that they agree with. Right? With one thing that they agree with. This is so incredibly fucking frustrating because a lot of these people that are on the far left find it incredibly fucking difficult to have a conversation. Anyways, she then quote tweeted me saying, "I can't believe I used to think like this a few years ago." Yeah, we totally gotta concede to fascist propaganda because the average person is too ignorant. This is why I hate liberals so much. The straw man is literally falling apart as you put it together. I just don't know where I said that ever. I never once even hinted that's what we should do. Holy shit. Having a conversation with somebody who doesn't understand totally what a trans person is isn't conceding to fascism, you stupid idiots. This is why your worldview is so fucking stupid, because with this worldview, over half of America is fascist. You fucking dipshits. Like, I don't normally resort to fucking name calling, but this is so brain dead, it hurts my fucking head. Okay, holy fuck. Alright, Nyara fucking VT or TV, whatever the fuck. We probably agree on mostly everything. But this is me sending out an olive branch or an invitation, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, to have a debate with me, or to just talk with me, or whatever the fuck on, you know, whatever premise, whatever topic, whatever time you want, I'm down, okay? If you're watching this video, this is my invitation for you to politely, very politely, maybe send a link and ask them to or talk about me and tell her to, you know, not talk about me, tell her to fucking debate me or fucking talk to me or whatever. Because honestly, I do think this is a important subject and she has a fucking giant following, probably like 95 times my size. Anyways, you guys know what to do. Join the Discord, like the video, follow my Twitter if you wanna, and become a member to have your name read out at the end of these videos. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, alright? See ya.